It is your girl, Sakara Bay, your favorite motivational speaker and author, back with this week's life lesson. Yay! Am I the only one excited? I think so, right now, anyway. But it's good, y'all. I am very excited to get this message over to you guys today. So you already know, before we get started, let's just take a few moments to clear our minds and just really think about how blessed we are. Like, just count your blessings even for a moment. It literally rises your vibration and takes you to a higher level. I don't care what kind of mood you woke up in or who you got up arguing with this morning, or none of that. It don't matter. Not right now at this moment. Let's just put all of that behind us. Clear our minds. Center your thoughts. Be present in this moment. If you're going to take notes, take notes. I really, really, really hope that someone gets something out of this message today. So let's just take a moment of silence and take a couple deep breaths in and count our blessings. Thank God for something. Whew. That is always, always, always so good to me. I know you guys woke up counting your blessings this morning and just being grateful for another day of life, which you should always do. Um, but you can't thank God enough. Like, you just can't. I mean, God is just so good. We are more blessed than we even know we are. Our lives have been spared more than we actually know. I'm telling you, because blessings just be like popping up out the woodworks for me, and I'd be like, wow, well, I didn't even know that was happening, or that person was having that conversation, about me, or saying good words about me, or whatever. And opportunities and chances and blessings, and sometimes big blessings and sometimes small blessings, but every blessing counts. So we don't want to disregard the things that God does for us, because he don't have to do it. He could skip right past the ones that choose to be ungrateful. Listen, I said it a million times before, and I will say it a million times again. Like, God don't have to bless you. Like, it's a lot of people out here that he can be blessing. So I'm glad we went on ahead and got that out the way. So this week's life lesson is the truth about the truth. So yeah, God gave me that. I was actually going to talk about faith today, and just talk about how important faith is. Not from a religious standpoint, but from a person's standpoint. We all need to learn how to activate our faith, incorporate our faith. You're not going to get very far in life if you don't have a certain amount of faith. So I did feel like that was a very valid message to get across, but I was laying in my bed and I didn't sleep very well. I believe it was like the night before last. I never worry about the messages that God wants me to deliver to you all. I'm like, I get done with 1 week's message and I'm like, thank you, God, for using me. And sometimes I say, well, what you want to talk about next week? Talking to myself, right? And instantly I'm like, I know God is going to give me something. I'm not even going to worry about it. So I'm laying in my bed sleep about 2 nights ago, and God woke me up in the wee hours of the morning. It might have been like 5 or 6 a.m. And he said, tell them the truth. And I was like, wow. So I don't know. I mean, I have to walk in obedience. So, I mean, I can tell you what you want to hear, and I know I may lose a lot of friends, or, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. A lot of people talk about and do things that are socially acceptable and that is popular and all of that kind of stuff. And I know that the truth may not be such a popular thing, but this is what God gave to me, and this is what I shall deliver to you. So, of course, in my own unique, special way, my lessons are all something that I take my time out to put together myself. Sometimes I'm up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock, I gotta go to sleep. But this is one of those messages, and oh my gosh, I just took so many notes on the truth about the truth, and half of the notes I didn't even use. I just balled them up and threw them in the trash, but I had a good time preparing this message about the truth. So strap on your seatbelt. I mean, listen, if y'all not gonna stick around for the truth, I know the ones who are meant to stick around for this message and believe that there is something in it for them will, by all means, stick around to talk about the truth. So come on, let's go. Here we go. Here we go. The truth about the truth. The truth is never created, it is found. So the truth is something that just is. Like, you can't make the truth. So, powerful fact about the truth. It is the only thing that can't be bought. 90% of the things in the universe can be bought. Better health, education, relationships, experiences, and more fun. The only thing that can't be bought, no matter how wealthy you are, is the truth. You can't buy the truth. You can buy a lie, but you can't buy the truth. The truth just is. And I just really, oh my goodness, I really love so much about this message. Ironically, it makes me think about my father, because religious wise, I was raised up in the Islamic religion, and they talked about the truth. One of their principles was the truth. It was love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And I do stand by all of those things, but my life was raised based on the truth. A lot of, oh my gosh, I was going to say moral aspects that a lot of people have nowadays, and I cannot even just only pinpoint it to the children that is growing up in a society, because there are some very disappointing adults nowadays too, but people don't live their lives by the truth anymore, and I just can't relate because I wasn't raised that way. I'd be like, what is going on? Like, some people live their lives in something opposite, and complete opposite to what the truth is, which would be a lie. So I mean, some people just live the life of lies, and like I said, I'm not going to pinpoint the younger generation, because we got some 50 and 60-year-olds who live a life of a lie, and that is just what it is. So yeah, you cannot buy the truth. So 90% of the things in the oh, I already read that. So yeah, like, you can't buy the truth. That is one thing that can't be bought. So the power of the truth is in its highest and purest phases are the love of truth, the search of truth, faith in truth. So the power of the truth in its highest and purest phases. So that's what you want out of the truth. If you want to experience the full power of the truth, you want to experience it and the love of the truth. You want to love the truth. You want to search for the truth because you don't want to live your life chasing after a lie. So you want to live the truth. So the search for the truth, the love of truth, and it was the third one. Okay. So let me just go ahead. So the truth is the most powerful weapon that can protect you from all the problems in your life and help you become more successful. Dangers of living a lie. So lying can be very damaging to our mental health. It can lead us to feelings of guilt, shame, anger, and depression. The worst lies are the ones that we tell to ourselves because deep down you know the truth. So it says studies show that every week the average American tell 11 lies. 70% of all people tell between 0 to 2 lies a day. So most people lie on the regular basis, and I did I did look up some things about what people lie about. So people lie to get out of trouble or to get someone else out of trouble or to avoid conversations. I missed the phone call, or I didn't see your text, or like people just lie about dumb stuff all day long. So I mean, I don't know why it's so accustomed to humans to lie. I'm not saying that I don't lie or I never lie, but I am so convicted when I do. I'm like, oh, I just lied. And I'm so prayerful of repentance and forgiveness. And I mean, every single time that I lie, even when I try to make up excuses why I lie, I be like, because why was you in my business anyway? Like, why are you asking me questions about me? I don't feel like telling you, my business. So I'll try to make it seem justifiable for me to lie, and I can't even justify it but for so long because God convicts me when I lie. So he like, it don't matter, and then sometimes I catch myself trying to make up unnecessary lies. Like, what are you gonna lie for? Like there's no reason for you even to lie. So, and then that goes on quite often nowadays. Some people just lie for no reason. So today we're talking about the truth about the truth, and we are just talking about basic basic truths. And I did watch different studies and I looked at different videos, and a lot of people gave their personal outtake on the truth about life. But how much do we actually know about the truth about life? I mean, it takes a lot of living to know the truth about life. And there are very distinct truths about life that people try to run and hide from every day on the regular basis just so they can live in their own world or whatever and not really face the truth about life. But I would like to think of truth as something moral wise, and that is what we lack now a lot in today's society is morals. A lot of people don't give a holler and hoot about no freaking morals. Like, they just don't care. You got the mama sleeping with the daughter, boyfriend, and just all kinds of stuff that is very immoral that is going on down nowadays. I mean, children can be immoral to their parents. In the word of God, it says, honor thy mother and thy father. And as you grow, you realize that your parents weren't perfect parents. When you become a parent, you won't be a perfect parent. And there's no stipulations or under any circumstances should you honor your mother and father. It just simply says honor your mother and father. And a lot of people don't honor their mother and father. They just don't, you let this happen to me or whatever. And my mother let some things happen to me that I felt as though was very immoral, and I felt myself being very bitter about it for a long time. And I was like, you know what, I gotta let it go, especially when I confronted her about the things that she allowed happen to me as a child. When I asked her, why did you allow these things to happen? And she gave me no sympathy, no apology. And I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna never get it. And as long as she alive, she's still my mother, and I still want to enjoy her, and I don't want to walk around with resentment and bitterness because of what somebody else allowed to happen to me. If anything, you should feel the guilt and the shame of why did I let this happen to my child, or whatever. So I just chose to forgive and let a lot of things go. But I honored my mother, despite of it all. My father wasn't always perfect, but he was always there, and I am very, very grateful for that. But I honored him regardless, even in his darkest days. And like we don't have morals. A lot of people just don't have morals nowadays. So many marriages are probably breaking up because there are no truth and no morals in marriages anymore. I mean, you are standing before God. Getting married is not just a party. Like, it is fun. Yay, we're celebrating love. Two people decided to come together and take their vows and say I do. That is always a wonderful thing, but I think it's taken too lightly. And especially with the experience from a personal standpoint, the experience that I had with marriage was terrible. So I mean, we both had a lot of growing to do. When I said I do, I meant that as a forever thing. And it didn't happen that way. And I believe that there was a serious lack of truth, and there was a serious lack of morals. Like, there were no morals there. We supposed to treat each other as spouses. We supposed to treat our wives like men. Treat your wife like a queen. Men treat your wife like a queen. Women treat your husband like a king. So kind of try to fight through those tough times and stick together and honor each other, and if truth was incorporated more in these marriages, then maybe they would last a little bit longer. It is such a blessing to me to see marriages that have stood the test of time. It is an amazingly beautiful thing. And it's obvious that those are the type of relationships and marriages that stand by the truth. Not only being truthful to one another, but being truthful to yourself, and just getting down to, down and dirty, down to the nitty gritty. Like, what is going on with me? And if I really love this person, I am going to deal with me so I can be a better spouse. So, truth plays a major role in relationships, period. Even if it is not a boyfriend, girlfriend, spousal, relationship or whatever. Like, truth is just so important on many different things and many levels in the workplace. Oh my gosh, I had a great experience doing this job over the summer. Last summer was a really, really amazing experience. I worked in a celebrity lounge at something that they call Firefly, that they do annually here in Dover, and I worked for this under a really great chef. He had many, many different restaurants. Started off in Disney World, owned many restaurants in Atlanta, Georgia. He He cooks for the NFL and NASCAR, and he just does cooks for celebrities all the time. So someone called me, and they chose me to cook in the celebrity lounge at Firefly last summer. I was too done. I was like, what? I mean, it was just famous people everywhere. So what I realized about famous people is they just regular people who dress really fancy and like their food a specific way. But anyway, someone wasn't very as amazing as that experience was, and I'm just using this one thing for an example. I mean, it was like something that I never ever thought that I could ever experience in my entire life. I was able to enjoy the Firefly concert for free after our work was done, and it was just an experience that I would never forget probably in my entire life. But what stood out to me was that someone wasn't very truthful to me, and it was so petty. Like, why? And it just really, it didn't sour the experience for me, because I mean, that experience for me, it just goes down in history for me. I never experienced anything like that before, but that untruthfulness made me make a decision moving forward, as far as if I am ever chosen again to cook for Firefly and the celebrity lounge again. I would go about it differently, and I would deal with people differently, and probably certain people I wouldn't deal with anymore at all because of the untruthfulness. And they were very, very pleased with me. People were like calling around talking about me, and messages were getting back to me, and the celebrity chef was very, very pleased with my work and all that kind of stuff. But dishonesty and untruths is just something that really rubs me the wrong way. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, you just had to go ahead and mess it up. I'm not a perfect person, but I try my best to be as honest as I can possibly be in every situation, because the truth only makes things worse. And I think we think that we are getting ourselves out of trouble or relieving ourselves of the responsibility of having to be dealt with on a certain level or whatever by telling a lie. But ultimately, the truth, it only makes every situation. I mean, lying always makes a situation worse. So I don't think we give much light to that. Like, how damaging lying could be. So let me go ahead and continue on. So it is impossible to hide the truth, no matter how hard some people may try. And it really is. Like, I'm just thinking about relationships that I have been in, and it's like, you keep lying, and every time you lie, you get caught in a lie. So you get caught in a lie, and then you lie again, and then you get caught in a lie, and then you lie again. I'm like, and it just makes me, look at you differently, and I don't think, I don't know if some people just don't care. You don't care how you making me feel about you, and then you want me to put you up on this higher platform in my life. You want me to honor you and love you and value you and all of this kind of stuff, and this is what you are presenting about yourself to me. Some people can't respect a liar, a person that just does not know how to tell the truth, and you're doing all of these other things to try to be valued and respected and all this kind of stuff, when one of the things that you can be doing is working on learning how to be an honest person. That's what makes you more valuable of a person, is when you learn how to be truthful. So it is impossible to hide the truth. It just is. You ever heard of the saying, it'll come out in the wash? You put your laundry in the wash, and the stains that are in your clothes, they eventually, they come up out your clothes, and sometimes you can see the dirt rise from off of your clothes. That's just how the truth is. Like, the truth will always be revealed, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, even if you don't think it is. To my habitual liars out there, some people, you still lying about some stuff, and some people already know the truth, and they just letting you lie. So you still lying, and they know, they already done found out the truth. They just ain't telling you that they know the truth, and you making a complete fool out of yourself. So now people just looking at you like the liar that you are. So, yeah. So the hardest truth of life is, you only get stronger by doing hard things. So, and that is true. And on a from my personal experience, when I first began my fitness journey, I felt like I was doing it in a lazy way. I was like, all right, I'm just going to lift as much weight as as I think I can. When I start getting tired, or when it start hurting or something like that, then I'm going to stop. But you have to do it when you get tired and when it start hurting, because that's how you develop the muscles. Like, if you just stop, like, right when it start getting hard, you're not getting any stronger. So when I start learning how to breathe through the pain and breathe through the fatigue and fight through the hurt, and when I felt the strain on my muscles, that's when I started feeling that tightness and them little lumps. And I'm like, wow, I'm getting stronger. When I started upping my reps and challenging myself and going harder and longer and strong, that's when I started getting stronger. I was like, okay, you're the truth was that I was being lazy at it. And I wasn't going to get results. I was wondering why the results weren't coming. I was wondering why am I working out so much on a regular basis, but it feel like I'm not getting stronger. My muscles don't feel like they're getting no tighter. What's going on? You being lazy about it. You just stopping when you feel like, okay, I want to stop. You don't stop when you tired. You stop when you finish. You stop when you get stronger. You stop when you start developing more muscle. So during my study, I came across this, that in general, the hardest truth that people face in life is people don't want to admit the fact that you only get stronger by doing hard things. People don't want to realize the truth in that. So it has to get hard sometimes for you to get better and for you to get stronger. So the most familiar version of the golden rule of truth is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I came across that in my study about the truth, and I absolutely love everything about it, and I live by this. Even with me being a mother, even in my motherhood, I don't want my children talking to me a certain way or treating me a certain way, and I try to be an example of that. You calling your kids out their name and you cursing at them and all this kind of stuff, and then you wondering why they don't have no respect for you back in return, because you don't have no respect for them. So they call this the golden rule of the truth. So I didn't even know that. And that is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I don't know if that's biblical. I believe that it may sound like it is biblical, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be one of the commandments. Now that I think about it, see, I gotta give me a second. I be trying to get it together. Yes, I think it may be one of the 10 commandments. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So yes, they call that one of the golden rules of truth. So it is not absolutely by all means, it is not enough of that going on, us doing unto others as we would have them do unto us. We are totally out of line with that. Nowadays, in today's society, we just too often and too comfortably do things to other people that we would, under any stretch of the imagination, we would not appreciate it if it was the shoe was on the other foot. So, and then we don't think about that. And and then if we get these the same treatment back in return, we are totally bent out of shape. And why you treat me like this, and why you talking to me like that, and I can't believe you are doing this to me, but this is the same thing that you were doing to me, remember? We don't recall so well when we are dishing it out, at the time that we have to take it back in, and what goes around by all means come around. So we can be so nonchalant and willy-nilly in the way that we treat people sometimes on a regular basis, and we lose sight of the fact that the things that you do is going to come back to you. That is inevitable. Like, if there's just no getting around that, is universal. It is the inevitable laws of nature. So, and I don't know, people just don't care about that fact. But yeah, it happens. Like, the same hurt that you put out, the same pleasure that you get put out. I was talking the other week about the laws of compensation. Like, you will be compensated. You will get what you ask for. It's basically just like going to Burger King and asking for cheese. Or, can I get cheese on that? Like, that's what you're doing when you are putting things out. You're going to get back what you put out. It's basically asking for it. So the truth is, so let's talk about some truths. The truth is that we live in an imperfect world, and no one has it all together. And we are sadly mistaken that some people may have it all together. We can look at the lives of other people and think that they are all so perfect. The people who we think that are perfect and that we admire and that we hate on and all of that on the regular basis, they worked hard to get what they have. They work hard to gain the level of success that they have, to earn the level of peace and happiness in their life, to earn their wealth and their health and the things that their life is blessed with. Like, nothing is handed to anyone on a silver platter. So while we so busy hating on somebody, do you hate the work that was put forth? Like, you want the life that you see that somebody else has, but you don't want the work that comes along with it. Like, it's hard work to live a life of decency, a life that is admirable, and comfortable and full of peace, the life that you want to live. So, but that is the truth. The truth is that we live in an imperfect world and nobody has it all together. The truth is that we're not born equal, and it is up to us which type of world we choose to live in. So we are not born equal. Different parts of the world, different people struggle with many different things, from sexism to, you can't be homosexual. Some parts of the world, people get killed for choosing to be homosexual. Women are degraded in some parts of the world. They are cast out to be witch from birth and all of this kind of stuff. You cannot have the right to choose to believe in whatever you want to believe in religiously. I think it was like in China or something like that, they did not allow Christianity or Islam, I believe, in China. I don't know if they are atheists, that they don't believe that there is a God or something like that. I know I did a study on it when I was writing my book religiously, and I do believe that I did a entire study on spirituality and religion, and I also wrote a book on it. So maybe I had to go back and read my book. But certain parts of the world, you get killed for believing in a certain religion. So I mean, it's hard to live your truth if everyone around you is telling you to live the truth that they want you to live. But we still have to find our own truth, because ultimately it is entirely up to us which truth that we choose to live. So we are talking about the truth about the truth this morning. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about the truth. And like I was saying in the beginning, I know that is not a popular thing, but I'm not here to be popular. I am not here to talk about what's going to give me likes and shares. I believe the truth needs to be told. So by all means, I am going to deliver, and be obedient to God in delivering this message of truth. So the truth is, if you're not living, you're just dying. And that is just what it is. And some people are just waiting to die. Like, the truth is, if you're not living, you're just wasting your life away and dying. Living and being alive are two different things. Some people just do the basic necessities to survive, and some people really enjoy the fullness of life. So living and being alive are two different things. And if you are not living, then you are just dying. So and dying is something that we all have to do. So we have to learn to invest in ourselves to become more valuable human beings. The truth is that life is a competition. It is you against you. And as they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. So we think that we are in competition with each other when we really should be in competition with ourselves, on learning how to become a better person than we were the day before. So I did write down a couple quotes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get out y'all way. This was not a very long message, but I believe that it was very valid to talk about the truth, because I think that is one thing that we lack of now in today's society. It has become socially acceptable to live a life that is not so truthful, and I think that we should normalize living a life of truth. If your friend don't look good in that shirt, then we should tell them, like, how I look in this, you're not too good, bro. I think that color is not too fitting or too becoming of your complexion. Why don't you try something else? We don't know how to be truthful with each other. We go around just telling each other what we want to hear, which does not get us very valuable relationships with one another. We build relationships. Most of the relationships that we have with one another, and no matter what that relationship might be, is probably built off of a lie. We're building relationships off of lies and not being truthful, even inside of our own homes, in our own families, and especially in society, in churches and religions and all of that kind of stuff. There are just too many untruths that is going on nowadays. So I wrote down a quote from a man named Confucius. And I believe that Confucius was a Chinese philosopher and a politician. And I know it was many, many years ago, maybe back in the 1800s. I didn't look that up, but I do have. So I looked up quotes from Confucius before, and I know he is reverenced to be a very wise man, and a lot of people quote a lot of things that Confucius says. So this is a quote from Confucius, and he says, "The man who moves a mountain starts by carrying small rocks." So, I mean, even with a message like this, I know some people are probably so far-fetched. Like, the truth is probably just saying the word is probably speaking another language, like the truth. Like, who talks about the truth, or who tells the truth anymore? And just incorporating small things like learning how to be a more truthful person in your life on a regular basis can allow you to live a better quality of life. And I really like this quote because even with all of the life lessons that I deliver to you guys, I don't want anyone to feel like that I am trying to do all of these things at one time, but doing something by all means is better than doing nothing. I believe I said that in one of my last few life lessons. And if we just try to pick up the pieces one step at a time, we will gradually see our lives becoming the life that we actually want it to be. Some people live in the labor of love. Some people, their work is play. Like work is not even work for them. Some people enjoy life while making a difference in this world. Life does not have to be strenuous, and it does not have to be hard, and we can live a life of great value that is going to make a difference in this world. Like what kind of impact are you going to have in this world, or even inside of your own family, before it is all said and done? Like, what are we going to have to say about you once you are no longer here? Are we going to have to try to find something good to say, or are you going to leave something good for us to say about you? And I know, once you're gone. Like, I don't care what people got to say about me. Some people may think this, like, I don't care. Once I'm gone, I don't care what people may have to say about me. But your legacy must live on, and it by all means it will, in one way or another. Some people leave a mark on this earth and some people don't, and by doing things to work on ourselves, it leaves great value of the person who we really are, and who we were really meant to be. It leaves great value to this world. So it's just something to think about. So I did write down another quote, and I actually quoted this from a song that was written by a woman named Miss India.Arie. I know some of us may have heard of India.Arie. She is a very unique and talented artist. I know a lot of her songs, I believe she writes herself. She's an American singer and songwriter, and she has been doing this for a long time. So India.Arie actually wrote a song called The Truth, and I love that song. I actually have it on my playlist, and this is quoted from the song The Truth. She said, "You see, the truth needs no proof. Either it is or it isn't." So I love that verse. Like, that is one of my favorite. I listen to that song all the time, and it sounds like a romantic song, but it makes me think about God, because to me, I believe that God is the truth. So when I sing that song, I'm like pointing my hands up in the air, and I'm like singing to God, because God is the truth. I'm telling you, I don't know what kind of God that you have, that you reverence in your life, but God has been nothing but the truth to me. So he never failed me. He never let me down. He's always there for me, and he has shown himself to be true to me in my life. So I love that song, The Truth. If you get a chance, look that up on wherever you listen to your song. Listen to The Truth by India.Arie. It is such a great song. So with all that being said, I will leave you guys with just a few affirmations, and that's it. And I want you to think about these affirmations and apply these affirmations to yourself, and just learn how we can apply the truth to our lives. So my affirmation for today is: I live my truth, I speak my truth, I am the truth. Because you are the truth. You just have to let the truth come up out of you. If you have not been living the truth, if you been raised around untruths, if you are, were lied to about yourself, I had to discover a lot of truths about myself. I was completely lied to me about who I was, or maybe it was just someone else's perception of me. But you can't put your perception of me on me. That is just how you see me. Just because you see me that way, that don't mean that that's the truth, because the truth is I am who I am, and I am how I am, and I am who God created me to be. So what you see, what you look at right now, this is my truth. I speak my truth and I live my truth. It is not going to be favored or liked by anybody. I am not here to win a like me contest. Trust me, if I was, I lost a long time ago. Trust me, but I don't care, because I will not allow that to come in between me living my truth. My truth and me walking in my truth is so important to me. I value that. I want to leave that part of me behind when I am no more. I don't want to live a life that that is unpleasing to me. And I am a very upfront person. That's why this message, the truth, I believe that God gave it to me to deliver to you guys, and I hope that I delivered this message with a sense of understanding and clarity. But I do believe that it is very important, especially in the world that we live in today. We need more truth. We need more truth, especially for those who stand behind religious beliefs. Like a lot of us claim to be so religious, but religions teach the truth. And if you are not living the truth and you claim to be under a certain religion, then you are not practicing that religion. So I don't know of any religion that will blatantly speak, or teach untruths. Like, they want you to be truthful. So I mean, we just have a lot of work to do, especially as far as the truth is concerned. And it is not something that you do for other people. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, for you, is something that you do for yourself, because being untruthful, it damages you. It really does something to you, when you are not living a life of truth. I did look up the damages. I did name a few, but I looked up some of the damages that being untruthful or just flat out lying, it causes. It causes low self-esteem. It causes depression. It just makes you feel not so good about yourself as a person, when you get so comfortable with living a life that is not of truth. So we want to do away with things like that so we can live a more fulfilling life. So like I said, it is not something that you want to do for the other person. It is something that you want to do for yourself. So that is it, you guys. That is my message on the truth. Listen, I was just like all the way through the roof. I was like, wow, the truth, the truth, the truth. Like, God just like literally, it felt like tapped on my shoulders at like early in the morning, and was like, the truth. I mean, subconsciously, I try to feed myself the truth. The truths about myself and the truth about life. Even if it's things that I don't want to tell anyone else about myself, I still tell myself the truth about me. I want to be honest with me about me, because that can be damaging in the long run. I don't want to, go around saying, well, there's nothing wrong with the way that I'm acting or the things that I'm doing. And, and I know what I want out of life. I know the peace of mind that I want to experience, and the joy and the happiness and the abundance and the fulfillment that I want to experience, and the prosperity that I want to live in this life. And I don't want to hinder that, because I allow things like the truth or not being truthful, whether that be with myself or with anybody else, I don't want that to get in the way or come in between my destiny or what God has for me. So it just, I guess it depends on you individually as a person and what you want out of life and probably what you are asking God for. So I cannot speak for everyone. I can only speak from a personal standpoint, but I honestly want too much out of life and I want to give of myself, and I can't do it in a dishonest or a untruthful way. So today I choose to be truthful with myself as well as walk in my truth and be truthful with everyone that I encounter. Be truthful with other people. So God is going to bless me for that. He has been blessing me for that because I get the same thing back in return, and I'm grateful for that. No, everyone is not going to be very truthful all the time, but I do notice that the same genuineness that I radiate off of myself, it allows other people to be real and comfortable when they get around me. So it allows me to want to be myself more and more, be my own unique, authentic self. So it is easy for me to walk in my truth because I'm comfortable with being myself and walking in my truth. And it allows other people to feel comfortable and be okay with them being themselves when they are around me as well. So that's just what it is. I'm too real to be fake. I can't do it. I don't see how y'all do. Y'all be doing too much. Y'all be doing the most. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get out y'all way, but one of my favorite motivational speaker of all time, I say this plenty of times, but his name is Napoleon Hill. I just get such great teachings from his lectures and so many things, lessons that he left behind. Like, he did a lot of the grunt work and he left like all of this knowledge for us to just pick up and just soak in. But Napoleon Hill said that most people work harder at being unsuccessful as I work at being successful. And it just made me think about that because people break their back to lie, and it is just so much easier to tell the truth than it is to lie. So now you just got yourself in deeper doo-doo because you want to be out here lying. Now you got to cover up the lie and you got to do backflips and hop on one foot and dance around the lie. I don't got time for none of that. I just don't. I would rather live a life of truth. So that is just me personally. If more people were on board with that, or at least had that frame of mind, then we probably would live in a much better world, society, and place like things would probably be much better than they are now if we all learn how to be more truthful with ourselves and with one another. So that is the truth about the truth. So good morning. I do believe that it is still morning time. I am right on time with finishing up this message. Thank you all so much for tuning into this week's life lesson, the truth about the truth, whether you look at it now or later. I hope you take heed to it, get something out of it, and just think about it and how it may reflect to you in your own life. The truth about the truth. What is your truth? So don't forget, go to my YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe. I am constantly uploading just happy, fun, positive, just light. Like, I love my YouTube channel. It's something that I take passion. I think I am pushing 1,000 videos and 400 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I am over 100,000 views on my YouTube channel. So I am just so grateful for the progress that it has made in just this little bit of time. I only had it for 1 year. This June 3rd that just passed makes 1 year since I created my YouTube channel, and I am just so grateful for how much it is spreading all across the world, Mexico and United Kingdom, it shows me people overseas, different parts of the world, who view my videos on YouTube. So shout out to you guys. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. So that is true value, knowing your worth on YouTube. Go ahead on there, jump on, like, share, subscribe, scroll through the videos, tell somebody, share the link with somebody, enlighten somebody, make somebody's day, send them one of my funny videos. I got my kids on there doing all kinds of dumb stuff. It's just, a happy, fun time on my YouTube channel, and it is enlightenment as well. So we get serious and we get silly at the same time on my YouTube channel. Also, my books are now available and on sale on Amazon. You can get the Kindle version, you can get the paperback version. I can autograph it and send it to you however you like it. Purchase the books. They are quick, powerful, motivational, inspirational, educational reads. It don't take more than 2 hours out of your day to read one of my books. So that is something that I take great passion in, is the time that I took out to write those books. And I believe that they will change lives of many people all across the world. And I believe that the books will absolutely make a difference. So go ahead and buy the books. My first book is True Value, Knowing Your Worth. My second book is Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasures. My third book is called Feed Your Soul, and that is your personal guide to health and wellness. And my last book is called Religiously, and that is a closer look at spirituality and religion. So yes, I do get tongue-tied a little bit because I have 4 books so far, and I shall continue writing books. I got great joy out of getting some of those things outside of me and just passing on the wisdom that has been placed upon me for 42 going on 43 years. My experiences, my blessings, my faith, everything that God has allowed me to grow through over the years. I chose to put those things down on paper, and in hopes that it will inspire someone in one way or another. So go ahead out here and kick some hump day butt. I did not know it was going to rain today, but by all means, I will be grateful and rejoice and dance in the rain. At least I don't have to go to the car wash now. But I want y'all to go out here and enjoy this hump day. Listen, the week is almost over. Oh, before I go, really quickly, it is very likely that I will not be going live or coming on Friday to do a motivational message. A dear friend of mine lost her mother just recently, and she entrusted me to take over the catering services for her mother's funeral repast, and that is this Friday. So you can always go to my YouTube channel. I post motivational quotes and everything constantly on my YouTube channel, but this Friday I have I will be dedicating myself to being there for a close friend in her time of need, and I'm grateful for the fact that she entrusted me to do that. So like, even if it's happy times or sad times, I have people who are loyal to me, who constantly come to me when they have catering needs, and this is one of those times. So don't look for me on here Friday morning, but listen, I love you. God bless you. Y'all pray for me. I will be praying for you. And the truth about the truth. Let's live in our truth and walk in our truth and be the truth, because you are the truth. Don't ever forget that. God bless you. I love you. In the meantime, y'all continue to stay blessed.